Chairman House Committee on University Education and Member Representative Birinwa Kiri Kasama, Guri Federal Constituency, Jigawa State, Abubakar Hassan Fulata. Many thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, Chairman, your committee has been going around federal universities across the country since June 2024. How far so far?
Well, the visits are in line with our constitutional duties to oversight all universities in Nigeria, interface with them, do their budget, and see to the implementation of those budgets. So, in essence, we're there to interface with them, assess their shortcomings and their challenges, and also their achievements. So far, so good. We have visited all the universities, with the exception of 2 in the northeast. We have visited all the universities in the North Central Zone. We have visited all the universities in the South. We have visited all the universities in Southeast. So remaining Northwest and Southwest.
Great effort there. Now, violations of constitutional regulations in managing internally generated revenue, inappropriate spendings and lopsided recruitment against federal character topped major issues the committee identified. Can you shed more light on this?
Yeah, really it's a serious challenge. I raised those issues with virtually all the universities. The violations of the extant provisions of Section 14, subsection 3 of the Constitution, with regards to the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy, where the Constitution specifically asked that no institution or any government agency should be dominated by a particular ethnic group or particular few number of states. In contravention of this constitutional provision, virtually all universities are dominated by people where the institutions are cited. The state where the institution is cited dominates in terms of employment. Whereas the principle of federal character clearly states that no state should get more than 3%. In fact, every state is allocated 2.7% of the manpower of any government agency, and a maximum allowance is made for 3%. But in most cases, you have a 90% domination, 80%. The least you can have is 60% of domination. This goes contrary to our Constitution.
These issues are worrisome. Now, besides the ones already mentioned, could you tell us other anomalies that you identified in the course of your visit?
Yes.
What measures will your committee take
yes,
to address
the other
that?
abnormality is the wanton the recklessness with which internally generated revenues are spent. Those revenues are never appropriated. This is also contrary to the extant provisions of Section 80, subsection 3 and 4 of the Constitution. You cannot, no government agency can spend unappropriated monies. They just generate those monies and just spend them anyhow. We caution them, and that it's violating the Constitution constitutes gross misconduct, and it's a gross misconduct in parliamentary parlance is an impeachable offense.
All right, Mr. Chairman, because of time, what areas do you think this committee can help institutions of learning, to achieve greater heights?
Yes, there has never been a time when the education sector received a substantial amount of budgetary allocation of over 1.1 trillion. But this feat is still below the United Nations requirement of at least 20% of the budgetary of the national budget. We will try now best way to make universities utilize the talents. There are a lot of research achievements. A lot of researches have been made, the outcomes of which can be commercialized. they can sell the outcomes of those research to industries, and they can get a lot of monies. But most of the universities are still very conservative. They don't want to explore other areas.
And you intend to assist them in that regard?
Yes, we'll intend
all
to
right,
assist.
all right. Many thanks. I think we'll have to leave the conversation at that point. Many thanks for joining us, Dr. Abubakar Hassan Fulata.
Thank you
for joining us on News Extra tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right,
thank you very much.
So let's take another break.